Today, the 19th day of November 2020. We want to lay on a table, former president of Sierra Leone, and his by Koroma. He been supposed to meet with ACC today. But, till the day they done, he not reach na ACC the office. Because we know say the last time, na so for Bimbi, it was cancelled. Later we hear say, he go meet ACC na ACC the office na McKinney. That one day back be cancelled. Later we hear say, na ACC go na in host. That one day back no be happen. So, even at that program day, na yeah, what we do? A lot of people be they say, well, let them invite him, make it come meet ACC na the office. Well, ACC be here now. ACC invite him for come meet them na ACC office na Freetown. Then they not happy back. You not happy no. So, now that we want for come deal with today. Eh? But before we do that, as always, make we just watch waiting COVID-19 status update look like today. The labs then be test 362. Test them 9 the labs they analyze. 362 test 9 the labs they analyze. Out of that 362 day, no positive case no be day. So for today, we get 0. From Sunday to Thursday, we don't get 3 days where now 0 cases we get. Yes. From Sunday to Thursday, we get 3 days when are 0 cases. Then we look at in the rest of the weekdays go look like. So, that one they still give you for the cumulative case, make it be 2,397. Nobody not lost in life to COVID-19 na alone. For the past 24 hours, so we still get 74. The one in Modena Isolation Center, now 498. Remember, yesterday, na be 500. So, waiting that mean 2 people don't discharge, so 2 people don't recover. Whether they don't give a total number of 1,825 people who don't beat COVID-19 na alone. The one them where they na the quarantine center right now na 75. The one them who don't discharge from quarantine centers now 12,109. Make we check na the Mano River Union countries quick. For today, Guinea get 59, Liberia get 16, Sierra Leone get 0, and Ivory Coast get 41. With that one, they give you a total number of 116. For today, now the Mano River Union countries them, now 116 people now then test positive. The cumulative death, now same like yesterday, Salone 74, Guinea 75, Liberia 82, and Ivory Coast 129. Then they give 360 people, now they don't die in total, now the Mano River Union countries them to COVID-19. As I be tell we earlier, now the intro, for say, ACC be invite the former president of Sierra Leone, Anes by Koroma, for make he go to the office because they need for ask him question. Then they not happen. If you be done the follow from this morning, if you be done the follow from this morning, you go find out, say, Sierra Network will be there on top of the matter, not so. The technical team be just angry the wait for any people, AYV people, we self get at them. Although the first one will not be able. By the time the technical team, they go live, that 2 minutes they own, AYV be done them. Then we don't done the 2 minutes soon. So we'll not be able, but for the rest we'll be able to get them. And I don't do one lane at table today. What side we want for start? We want for make we start from waiting happen na Radio Democracy 98.1. We Gabriel Tommy. But they talk about the security sector, the press release where them begin concerning today. For me, because me no be don't get any rumor around the corridors, say the former president gave a go ACC today. I see the press release. Now two, one be day when I say now from 2018, I saw the dates day. Another one day when I from 2020. So games be they play per the one day. So as usual, say our network will just sit down, make we watch how the games they play. Before we get for confirm say, overnight time we confirm say yes, indeed the one when at 2020, now the official press release from the security sector, now the country. We say okay. In the morning, Radio Democracy self be there on, and Gabriel Tommy become and come confirm. Now do you get people away begin ask say the last time now, people me don't suggest even not to say a network alone on the media say please ACC because of what happened na Makeni, the next time we una they invite former president Koroma, una keep the media blind. Make it come, make it can do what he need to do, and make it go. If you get for go, when I get for detain them, well, when I do, now walk. But for one reason, then they not be woko. Because what begin come out on social media say, ACC don't invite the former president. Odali come? So I don't know if now based on that, the security sector self now the country go ahead and pull out a press release for say, then they want people them. Say they not invite them. The only people they invite na former president Koroma. Now they invite. Okay, make I not talk again much. Let we listen. How the conversation be go. Na Radio Democracy this morning.
Well, if people can remember the Anti-Corruption Commission, we don't ask that the former president, Dr. Koroma, for answer to question them of corruption allegations, them wouldn't investigate. For Seka, the same way he been in office from 2007 to 2018. Well, them being first set a date for get an interview with the former president, Namakeni, but we all know say that a particular interview did not be happen that day because of certain reasons them and incidents them will be happen Namakeni, and the Anti-Corruption Commission later been tell people and say then go pull dates as to whose time then go conduct the interview with first time president Dr. Koroma. And yesterday evening we see a public notice come out from the security sector. Also, then confirm say the ACC don't engage with them and don't confirm with them say the president, the former president, Dr. Koroma, today for going to the office na Gloucester Street and Freetown Yaso for answer to questions them where the commission gets forum. Well, for let we know why the security sector been get notice to the public. Also, then they ask people them for caution them behavior today. We got on the line now Gabriel Tommy, when at the regional commander Freetown West for the Salon Police. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning.
I just don't confirm so people them say yesterday una been get a notice so una sent to the public. Also una be they talk say una don't engage with the Anti-Corruption Commission and they don't confirm to una say first time President Dr. Koroma for Canada office today na Gloucester Street na Freetown. Firstly, let we know how the security sector take this particular news, taking into consideration waiting be happen na Makeni the last time we them before consider for get this particular interview where they get so today.
Well, we just take a normal and I make we talk to people to let them go about the normal business. Let nobody not get any share or anything, any disorder. What will happen at Makeni, I will talk say a big mistake. Because everybody in this country is subject to the law of this country. And peace not there for one person. So if one person say me I no want peace, which means that person really a risk to the rest of the community. So what will happen at Makini, it don't pass. We're not the easy thing, but again, and we're not the easy hope it will replicate in Africa. So now they talk to people for go about the normal business. Anybody where there any intention for do anything where it will obstruct the peace of the people, then the law officer, the police don't will take it kindly.
By stating that you earlier in the interview say, when I just take this like normal, but inside the public notice where on a poll, parts panditine where on a talk, but on a say, on a they ask people not forget any unlawful procession or assembly. Waiting on they refer to unlawful procession or assembly for this particular interview where the ACC forgets with former President Dr. Koroma.
Well, as you don't say unlawful assembly, the unlawful procession, if anybody wants to gather, particularly by this time now, we all know say we get an emergency declaration in this country. We forget permission for do that. Even in normal time, when you want to gather in large number, you seek permission from the police. Let alone you say you dey work on the street in large number, you say you dey process. You know, now 4 words where people they for take photo. You get strike, you get demonstration, you get protest, and you get riot. Then 3 strike, protest, and demonstrate. The law the protector. But when you the riot, that is against the law. The police don't go accept that. So if you say you the whole unlawful procession, that means say now riot sort of you the do. If you say the whole unlawful assembly, the police don't go countenance that. And like I say, not to all time for they out the big people for say let them respect the law, let them comply with the law. Everybody knows the law, the respect for law is in the interest of everybody. So what will happen, I'm really I say a mistake, and frequently it will happen. So they advise people that the one that whether intend for do anything where it is against the law, let them think twice. Because let them remember, say somebody sit down outside, if they tell you say jump on the street, don't cause problems. And what in ACC they do, not due process of the law. ACC they investigate. When they do investigation, if you obstruct, now justice they obstruct. So anybody where they gather for saying they go obstruct the interview, whether they interview the former president, now obstruct, and we don't allow them to happen. But I really talk with confidence that what will happen at McKinney, it will happen at Freetown.
So me, you don't make mention of strike, demonstration, or riots where people go do if they not get permission from police, and we're not going to refer to them as lawlessness and unlawful. But then we look at a situation where the person in question here is a political figure, and he gets a very large followers, then plenty people believe so. And now the Anti-Corruption Commission, they expect them for them in office. Normally, we don't see where people can go and then can say, some people can want for escort them and say then they go left them. For this particular interview today, police limits the number of people where for follow former President Dr. Koroma to the ACC office.
With your respect to former President Koroma, it gets more responsibility to this country than any other person. Because now a state person, he ruled this country for 10 years as an honorable president, and we all the president, Warrant in high esteem. I believe, say, really, incumbent on for tell people that say, wait till they don't tell me, I don't want nobody for follow me, pass me lawyer. Nobody no go come ordinarily to follow somebody when they do make statements. No, nowhere it happened. If you want to get somebody for coming to you, now you lawyer. But ordinary person for say I follow this person for let do this statement, no, it's unlawful and not permissible.
I want to make you listen again, yeah? Because now that particular area, now in the former president use not for appear na ACC today. This particular statement where Gabriel Tommy talk about. Yeah, I want to make you listen them again. Waiting a talk, then going forward, the other clip they will go can play, you go hear and they refer to waiting Gabriel Tommy talk na ya. Listen back again. Do ya a big.
With your respect to former President Koroma, it gets more responsibility to this country than any other person. because now a state person, he ruled this country for 10 years as an honorable president, and we all the president hold in high esteem. I believe, say, really, incumbent on for tell people that say, wait and don't tell me, I don't want nobody for follow me, pass me lawyer. Nobody no go come ordinarily for follow somebody when they do make statements. No, nowhere it happened. If you want to get somebody for come to you, now you lawyer. But ordinary person for say, I follow this person for let you do make statement, no, it's unlawful and not permissible.
You know, you're in a way? Because now based on that one day, going forward, you get for Yeri waiting the lawyers then say. Okay, make we continue.
Alright, so as you don't confirm, say police no go agree for make other people escort former President Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma apart from in lawyer them. Another thing where una state na the notice where una pull yesterday, na the last paragraph una talk say if then can't see happen, the police go swiftly and robustly and self-decisively deal with the person or group of people and we go do so. This thing the word they want to use now this particular paragraph I just talked about, we get for the swiftly, robustly, and decisively deal with the people them. Now waiting on the express in this.
Well, the literal meaning of that, police they carry out their responsibility. We have responsibility now for ensure the prevalence of peace and order. It's not there for let you come out, you say you go left somebody with the big statement. No. It not happen anywhere. The person where if you go left the former president for make statement, now a lawyer. Other person when you come out for good day, let me say, even though as she said the talker, the police don't pull a release that you know for me, don't for go, don't pull a street. If you the commit or violate the law, the police know that for snap by for begin by barrier. You know, these are one thing where in the implementation and enforcement of law now this part of the world, this country is difficult. Because all time with the bio the law. We have to tell people that they have the obligation to respect and comply with the law. So anyone when we don't tell you say no come out in the street. Ordinarily for saying you dey follow President Koroma, there is no threat to President Koroma where anybody for go left farm. If they go make statement. So nobody no for come out for go left farm. Now the police, if there is insecurity, now the responsibility of the police to provide security for us, not to ordinary person. So may advise to anybody that is saying the come out for go left former President Koroma, they go against the public notice of the police and will deal with you decisively in the true sense of meaning of the word we use.
All right, so the Gloucester State Office of the ACC, when I did the headquarters, they want to make mention, say, then they expect saying a day former presidents go get for day this morning. Then at the Central Business District, and aside where people on the use freely. For this interview today, any blockade go get for day na this particular side like the restrict people not for use day?
Police operations usually is dictated by the way circumstances unfold. So whatever happens, that's so how the circumstances they unfold, that's so police will determine the operation. But we believe say nothing will happen, and we advise that everybody for go about their normal business. If you don't get nothing for do, stay home. But we don't expect anybody for jump na street for go na ACC office. It's not possible.
I want to take you finally back to the strong message where the security sector they send to people and say, when I go deal with them decisively, if anybody go out, we're not supposed to go out for sake of this interview where ACC they get with first-time president, Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma. Now, a threat where on they give to people and for let them fear for not be part of this interview today?
Well, I'm responsible for what I say. I'm not responsible for how you understand it. We say, nobody no for come out for go left former President Koroma. Police is there is insecurity that the responsibility of the police for let them provide the security. So, however you understand it, not to be responsible, but responsible for what I say.
I'm responsible for waiting I say, but I'm not responsible for how you understand them. That's a Gabriel Tommy from Sierra Leone Police. So how you understand them, it's fully on you. but irresponsible for waiting in talk and how he mean am in his own way. And one side way they talk we say, no side they happen. Where then go invite person, then people then follow her. I'm glad the way he say irresponsible for waiting he say. Because in Sierra Leone, we know say that one day they happen every time. Tell me which political figure they don't ever try for interview na Sierra Leone. We na one gringo. Show me. So the latest one when Mohamed Kamarimba Masaye, when I be an alleged rape case. When I be alleged rape case, people in Falara. In Sierra Leone, they don't take a norm. If we want to break it, that's fine. That's correct. If we want to break and now say, when they invite a political figure, they not invite people and for run behind them. That's fine. But now this way they say, no side, no the way, no they happen. We don't see them Bokute. When they be invite Lael or Slima, APC team, the crowd follow her. Like I said, we are not condoning the crowd supposed for follow, but now we say no sign, no the way, no they happen. So now me one just say in Sierra Leone that one day be don't become a norm. If we want to break it now, it's perfect. Say now so it be done they happen, but now we don't want to make it happen so again. When they invite a political figure, it's supposed for come. And you're not supposed to get a crowd with him telling them, not to him tell them, we need for break that one day. We don't want them. Okay. We don't hear him. The part where I say, if make we listen and back, that part there, I don't know if it be here. Where I say, listen back. Where he talk say, respect there for the former president. So then they expect the former president for tell people them when I follow as them. For tell them say, make the no falaramu. Na in and in lawyers then no more, na then they invite. Na the expectation that one day for former president for do. Okay? Gabriel to me, don't tell we clearly. He don't talk with you, don't talk. How you understand them is up to you. He don't get power over your own understanding. But in own, how we talk, how we mean, like say he expects the former president for tell the one the way they follow and say, I don't need to do nothing for one behind me. Now me no more, and my lawyers then they want see. And that's how we go up here. Well, because of that particular statement there, the lawyers then capitalize on that. It's a sanitaya. So he walk off Lamranda of AYV. So when I ask too much question, answer not be there for that day, because at the end of the day, if you be answer, now you for be take all and now say, well, that answer where you been give say, if former president not come, this now waiting go happen. Now you can't to pass former president no go there. He no go based on waiting security. He say they write the letter. Even waiting Gabriel Tommy talk say if anything happen, former president say na in then say then go all accountable. So based on that one day, he not agree for goodie. People they ask say, wait to ACC, what's in the go on? Right now, if you see on social media, but people they say, oh, warrant of arrest, warrant of arrest, warrant of arrest. And people they talk on social media. Okay. This will not be left to we no more. A rich BBC. Let we check Umar Fufana. Maybe listen how he be report him to the world. Kushe and Tenki. I tell you just to say, na social media, you hear about warrant of arrest. So, you don't hear you say come out. Uma Fofana say, anti-corruption say, warrant of arrest could be issued. Then get parable say, that big man will no one respect, you don't am. If you know say you want respect, if you do something where accord respect, you go get respect. But we will see how this one they go. Because if a warrant of arrest, the word arrest is issued, it's different from questioning. Again, we ask that we maintain respect because we need them. Même Zobi Safa, he end the statement. As just not say, big man we know respect. We know how they can end in a salon. He don't end and done. But Kekoka say, respect and you will be respected. Simple. If you call for questioning, go and answer. I don't think so for reach you or reach so right now. Yeah? Salon. Make we begin come with we panelists them. And now we get to Usman on board. Yes, Usman, you get the platform, sir.
Oh, thank you very much, Triple A, for having me. For can talk about EBK inferior for show up now the ACC office for questioning. Before I do to some of the critical points, then I would just want to remind myself about the implementation stages of this white paper. This is now part of the fourth stage. Remember, the implementation stage involved 3 stages. 1, the directives that the government give to the ACC, the AG office, the CID. So then they try for ensure they carry out the directives today. And remember, the second part, they get for be that of responding to the appeal process. And then the final point, therefore, come with enforcement. The reason why I mention about this is about these implementation stages. Then it's important for that we understand. Say this is not just part of what the ACC therefore do, but the AG and the Minister of Justice, when is starting your work after the 90 days not done this law, when at the grace period, they say they get for do enforcement. When at the final part of the implementation process. So law no confuse this with what in the going on. This is not a separate part from what in the AG get for do. We not the enforcement part we get for happen. I think enforcement dates they start from the 24th of December. We a critical point as well. Okay, let take on to some of the critical things that we are take from the audio they would all listening to, right? Okay, no say the public notice where the police then right. They admit say what happened at McKinney are a mistake. Clearly they say what happened at McKinney a mistake. Explain say, well, they no say the public not for actually come out, and interfere with the work of the police. So admittedly, they no say they make mistake from that first party. And the fact that they allow that first phase of the interview for schedule them inside McKinney, they admit say that was a mistake. And we don't say the rule of law is supreme. The law is supreme. Nobody not there above the law. Everybody is subject to the same law. So we all understand that. The reason why I bring these things is, I got my own concerns. you listen to the interview, AAA, and to everybody with the listing. You see, we na Jibril Tommy. You see incumbent on EBK for advice in followers them, not for escort them for go na ACC office because he have been former statesman and they get respect for him. Very critical. AAA, with you where how me and you they think. You feel say the former president, he get control over them people and they. The same question where they ask. You feel say if that man they come on McKinney for comfort term, he will stop the followers them as a former statesman of the country with so much respect as a leader. Then we will stop that man. He will stop the followers them for cause chaos. And more importantly, AAA, you listen. You say them don't want them. Them don't want and say, make anything will happen or any of the followers them will cause chaos. It will be irresponsible. So to me, I think it gets some point. If that statement where they make say them don't want them, say make sure say let him followers them or people that way they with them, they don't cause trouble. I think he gets a point. It is true. We all know say the social media they play a big role. We all see even when they try to keep the thing secret, it come out. See, me now from social media, this is what they talk to you another area. See, the former president and for interview and picture today. Yeah? So we all know how this social media they influence people then. So it might not be that Koroma will get power. He will tell anybody or he will want one maybe secretly for comfort time, who can't do interview, go back. But we all know, say social media, they play an important role in the way information they travel these days. So to a very large extent, even though it's subject to the same law, the same rule of law, we all get respect for the law, but by that very point, I think say it gets a scope on this in terms of get power for control and followers them. That meeting. That's my greatest concern. And the other concern where I get AAA, I think the fact that the public notice where the police then put, and when you listen to Jibril Tommy, he admits say they don't make mistake. If there was coordination, there was collaboration. Imagine if collaboration in it. Yeah? The man don't say he gets security fear in terms of himself as well as the state. So to me, I feel say they forget another chance. Chance based on the fact that I feel say there is lack of coordination and collaboration between the police and EBK in team. If this thing gets some amount of collaboration and coordination, then we will perform this function well. Don't misquote me. I know say the man is subject to the same law as anybody. Yeah? ACC get a mandate, constitutional mandate, to invite this man for interview, for go question him over what happened. Right? Make no mistake. He's supposed to go to the office to go report. But there are some abnormalities now here. And I will blame the security sector in this respect. Because first, they don't admit what happened at McKinney for the fact that they admit, say, what happened at McKinney was a mistake. So in that respect, no will blame EBK. It was their mistake. They don't admit them. This second time round, they don't write a letter, warn them. Say anything will happen where in the country town, then we blame them, they will be irresponsible. So if you feel safe, security is important, it's paramount. Security is paramount. So if you feel safe, especially knowing very well that it gets a good number of followers. We all know the percentage. Yeah, I think it was by less than 3 percentage points between APC and SLPP. We know they get a large followers, then large number of voters, supporters, sympathizers alike. Yeah. So for that money for Koroma McKinney come, get no control over it or anything will happen whatsoever. So therefore, it is the responsibility of the police to coordinate and collaborate with EBK and the team to make sure say we get a seamless travel and seamless interview. Now that's not me on take. I will give chance to other panelists then. Thank you very much, Triple A. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Usman Toli. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Well, make we come with Doctor. Make we get waiting na your take on this one. Yes, Dr. Aissatou Kakejalo, you get the platform, ma.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I hope everybody did do well. And thanks to Usman Toli for your submission. For me, I want to look at this in a different light in terms of waiting the former president, where they initially asked for make a meet with the ACC, we meet with them, and also waiting happen na McKinney, the interview not been take place. As we all know, nobody is above the law. It no matter even if you're not current president or former president, certain things and they, especially we get for deal with the country in money, we get for deal with corruption, then thing and they, forget any favoritism or that impartial justice, as if, the other people that way they go through the crime or some form of investigation, then with the privileges then whether they give them, you forget and pass them. Me just feel say every Sierra Leonean should be treated the same. Yes, you get a little bit of a leeway because first they've done this, with them being give the opportunity for that encounter you host, now McKinney for interview you, instead of for telling you the people that want to support you say, you don't need to come block the way for the police, neither do you need to block the way for the ACC. These are things the former presidents probably don't do, but they not do that. And from where that happened, it's been many weeks so far. We not see it say, well, after the riots or whatever they were doing, like the blocking from the police and everything, we even listen to an audio or a talk between the IG and the former president, just trying to get his take on it. Some of the statements that we say will not make no sense. For me, if you feel say you have not been did it, you have claim, you go be the one for mobilize yourself to the ACC where you don't find out say you supporters then block the road for let the ACC then come and do their job. As I don't say before, and I will continue for say this, if the former president still say it has not been mixed by nothing, no corruption as alone. Now good things that it do for the country only. Right? Because you know what? Now in duty and responsibility, when you become a president, you are responsible for the nation's well-being, the nation's welfare. We can do all the different things, them, especially basic human needs them. Where it be said that not take place during in administration. It focus on specific things them. And those things that it focus on somebody else, another administration, we don't start them, we can complete them. Right? So we not see the former president, EBK, travel or go to the headquarters, whether in McKinney now or in Freetown, for go talk to the ACC along with in lawyers and say, you know what thing happened at me home there? That was a mistake. I'm a Sierra Leonean. I intend to uphold the law, the rules and regulation of this nation. So what thing happened is me for apologize now. That's not happened. Yet, then now one again, opportunity for come back so that they will interview him. And to me, if he not really show up, they should definitely issue that warrant for arrest. Because until he proves himself, say, innocent, what he's doing is wrong to the nation. And yesterday, even though I wasn't part of it, I've listened partially to what happened and what we're going to talk about for the weekend. Some of the things that where they're going at the country now because of failed leaders in the nation. And he's not going to be excluded from that. Because if he will start the journey for ensuring the healthcare system is strengthened, then picking away they die, now PCMH, because of lack of electricity, power outage, because they're not going to get oxygenation. We're very risky. We're picking it in a NICU, neonatal intensive care unit. Then they're under an incubator because either they were born preterm. It not facilitate those process, And now they say, yes, the system has been broken, does not mean you don't do something. So for me, any president, now the nation of Sierra Leone, now my own country that in I talk for. And I also talk for the USAID because they pay taxes now. Any president, when they go sleep, knowing that in people then they suffer because of water, because of good health care, because of electricity, that president, deserves to be called president. Just because it's easier for you. You have water running, and when you wake up, you don't have to worry about, looking for a touchlight or a flashlight to get to what you want. No means say, you're better than the others because you're not better past the other people, like the nation. Everybody is entitled to those basic human needs. One feels that former president failed for Salone. Even if we ask or we call on this current president for do those things, he could have laid the foundation. Instead, what did he do? He go get one of those ships on the water so that we can get electricity. She's doing things that really uncalled for. For me, they take them too lightly with him. They take them too lightly. If they had taken drastic measures, we're not going to be the talk about this. Yes, you have been former state man. You want to have your entourage of people that bodyguards and everything. You can go ahead and do that on your own expense, not on the expense of money that were taken from the, time when you were ruling the nation. So the fact that today we still talk about water, we still talk about electricity and healthcare, beginning they die. The infant mortality rate is too high for us to bear in Sierra Leone. The moment we president them, or whoever is going to rule Sierra Leone, whether it was those in the past and the ones currently, and anyone coming did not put those things as their first priority, then the people of Sierra Leone are not going to be happy. So we really hope, this fight, it ends very soon, meaning he go there, he talk to the ACC, if his hands are clean, let them prove that his hands are clean, they're not corrupt, they don't take anything from Salone man, because the money they talk about, now some ordinary people, when they go to bed without even a good meal, and Pekin and they suffer. And yet, now when they deal with Pekin and they die, we're not even either 24 hours old or even, 48 hours. You're talking about a neonate. You spend 9 months in the womb when your mother took all the precautions, avoid smoking, avoid alcohol, avoid things that will harm you. Yet the moment you hit the world, you're gone. Okay? So similar thing have happened to a family member of mine. And that was when I was in Sierra Leone. But that was many years ago, 2 decades. But that's it's been the trend for years. And that's what we want to change in Sierra Leone. And AAA and everybody else where they listen. I think we have to do something when it comes to the healthcare system in Sierra Leone. This speaking and then guess what become the tomorrow for we nation. But if we begin to lose them at this infancy age or neonatal age, then we're not going to forget leaders them. Yet we will just deal with the old people them where we say they don't want to learn anything new about leadership, neither are they want to implement things them will go benefit the people them in a salon. So I'm sorry, and same thing like as you said about Kai Kamara, a family member, we lost the baby. But at the same time, he get a voice. I'm sure he get a platform. We're going to make a difference in our salon. So me they call on them. I think like join a network like Sarah Network. So let's do something about PCMH, for example. We don't be the first place where they discuss, and there are other hospitals going through the same thing. But this is the government children's hospital in Freetown, in the capital city of Sierra Leone. That we can do something and change that narrative of how we healthcare system they na salon. Sometimes things like this happen for a reason. And we didn't want that to happen to anybody. And we don't want that to happen again to any other, footballer, na salon or star na salon or any individual to say that. I'm sure we get people that will go willing for do something along with Kai Kamara and other footballers that we don't actually give money to salon for education, which we all know. So me, I call on them, I call on other Sierra Leoneans them, because really talking about, corruption in our nation, then it brings you to that discussion of the basic human needs. Right? Because if corruption not in the identity, and they will not go lack them na salon. So we hope say the former president is show up and do what he need for now done with this discussion and focus on other things that will benefit the people of Sierra Leone. I want for left hand day, I want to say thank you, and we really have to believe that #Salon for better. No matter how you see it, it has to happen. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you very much, Doctor. And I will tell the listeners there yesterday say the next health talk we'll get, you will dedicate to which will be the talk yesterday so that people will get more understanding on that. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, us friend, you get the platform, sir. What's in your own contribution on today's own program?
On today's program, thank you very much, Tripoli, for giving me the platform, and thanks to the previous analysts them, more on giving contribution and view. Thanks to the doctor at the house, and thanks to Usman Dolly. In the first place, we will not go keep people in too long in suspense. Here, we know say waiting they go on so. Actually, people might get it wrong, or then they look at a different way. But we know say now 2 things they go on here. The first place, just for introduce the topic, is that now the Commission of Inquiry is different, separate from this issue we they try for carry on. The Commission of Inquiry, they don't do then you don't. Now they didn't get them with submissions. They still then extract the leak of the white paper. But the point where the ACC boss been the try for highlight, I've said say in 1 or 2 of in mainstream media, been the try for emphasize say the law where they've been. That was the guidance. That was the apparatus then we don't use in terms of the Commission of Inquiry where they bring Biobel, the man and the all Sidon. Side they would boundary been there. waiting at the boundary, there were limitations in terms of legislative laws with the bind their own investigation of waiting. Then they try to investigate the president now. And at just one point, that waiting that again, they try for tell me. Then try for bring 18 counts inside this present issue, was separate from the commission of inquiry. Then they bring them as submission, but some laws then bind them not for able go there, because some of them involve international bodies or international people that will get for cooperate to them. Let's give an example. Let's say like FBI or people that would investigate, because they bring something to do with money laundering. That's they keep money offshore. All right. So these are the things in where the commission of inquiry not be able to go because of the resource we then get and the type of apparatus that we then use. They cannot go beyond, because they go with two aspects of the issue. They try to do either you will be in absentia, then we will try you, or you will get person for represent you. That was the commission of inquiry. But here now outside you actually get for day in presence, because then they try for check something we do internationally. International company come when they see Chinese them, so then they try for inquire how that business been go. If not fair business, then they try for talk about some other things about mining. Then they talk about other areas then where procurement been they go on, wherein they say not in the president take, but the president, the ex-president, now you give the mandates, let them do that thing there. So you therefore can't tell me why you give the mandates, let them people there do these things. So these are the things where SEC they try for file up in this 18 counts that they give. So in the 18 count, they just give a little bit of the iceberg. Why I don't say so? They talk about money laundering. You get accounts them with the out of the country. Then they talk about this issue of the Chinese company and some other areas of mining and some areas then with procurement. When they go on, when they say it passed na in your table, the witness will be can at the courts. Then say that then they. But because the mandates and the apparatus where the commission of inquiry been used, they've not been able to put anything towards that one in terms of foreseeing indict anybody, because there were limited resources for them. But in the interim, in between that period, the SEC don't stretch the muscle based on information we then get. So we then say they don't get confirmed evidence. Say, the amount there outside, what is first year and keeper, because that was from the mouth of actually the SEC boss, who like Francis Benkaifara at one time. He said, we don't get the evidence, these are the evidence, these are so. So the money then they outside, so and so on. So in other words, they were sounding the trumpet before they go able for cage. So you then create an avenue wherein the man who they don't try for dinner, he said, will try for find all possible ways to try to, whether he's guilty, whether he's not guilty now, or whether he try to avoid the long hassle, or whatever it is, instead create a own area for say, these are the areas they want to look for lab will step up. So you come out to other area where you talk about the letter of the law and the spirit of the law. So you see, SEC, they try to go with the spirit of the law. That then they try to do waiting the law right, the author of the law for say, waiting them, you don't get a mandate. After them, you don't think the Constitution in amendment in 2019, that was in October 31st, when they amend them against the one when they don't put 2018, when they could be amended again. So they put more powers, they give them more powers for say, now this will get for do, so that they will get more powers. Because there was a time where they relax for fund SEC. In other words, the same field where they help for this medicine, now UK based something, they give them some money at some years back, but because of their performance, so they say, well, we'll reduce that fund day. We'll left them. So based on what we have to do now, we will make for can give a help back. But I just give a framework of there. But what I try to bring here is that the letter of the law and the spirit of the law, then the effect now. The letter of the law, now the lawyers them of the ex-presidents, they work on. That's in other words, then they try to interpret them. in a different way in terms of a concession, wherein they will get remedies. You see? Because the letters say of the spirit of the law say, when you do this, that this therefore do you. But because of the law backing, there's a window wherein people that they come from can argue, now you see where they come. And in the happen right now, wherein the letter of the law, they fight the spirit of the law. Then one section, Pankamada one day. Then when you come out to the areas when you think of waiting in the EBK for say, well, if you don't do, people then go see it, he get for coming telling people a little less. He go get for telling say, we're not following me. He go tell us, we'll not do this. But because again, they don't go put a kind of a line date for say, this, if this happen, that this will happen. If person come out, he perform anything, will they obstruct the smooth running of this, whether it's this in a free tongue, whether it's this in any side, now you then will be responsible. So that was the other areas. And there was another issue against him. Well, now we are going to arrest you. So under arrest, now they will be able to carry on investigation. So these things are all lying down. So you might say, okay, well, in the president, the try for say, well, now, let's say in the genuine way, in one way, let's not forget about the era of the corruption itself, we win at the act itself. The idea for say, look at the area when inside the president, the ex-president did. Now look at in a geographical way. If the man they come out and McKinney, he will take bicycle, he will take keke, he will take anything. Now that he to call people in Sabi, now he get for use. And look at society, they live at the east end of McKinney. So the exit of McKinney for Country Town, now the northwest of McKinney, for Canton Francis, you can at the highway. So you try for things, say maybe, I'm not saying this is what he has said, I'm just saying these are other perceptions for say, well, because I don't put this clause, if me can touch road common at the past, I don't know what thing has to happen at road. So the other thing will get for happen, where the police will get for involved for stop those crowd for let the man go pass. Because that's why they are in McKinney. The one the way they say they leave McKinney, that was already friction for more too. So it might create a tension, a spike, wherein something will happen. We don't know if it's intentionally or unknowingly done. For like go tell us then it's all a victim. In your case, come on now, then can't hold for other things. You might say that might be the reason. If you maybe if you don't then like then I've been tell area so or Masombong. He just grab, he go. Nobody will know say he don't go. That's now one part I just the assess. I don't they say that is what is happening or that is what is done. So that area they go say, okay, well, the best thing for let me left now, let them give me that security there. Where that security come, now then go see safe, now then go pull me here and guide and carry me go. That is the one area where is the insecurity in the leader. Not only security for security, no arrest more. That is the security we even try to ask for. So when you come out to the aspect itself of corruption, where it only be a kind of decades upon decades, we don't wreck saloon. You will see in some of the things, some people are doing it, not intentionally, but indirectly, and because of negligence in terms of, for say, I know will press my foot, I know will change those ones I'm giving work to go and do. You left them. If they don't misbehave, like you, they get for campaign as the daddy. And that is what is happening inside the 18 counts there. Apart from waiting, they don't see commission of inquiry don't say he already own property, then they see some of them because of he exceed the amount way in the hand. That is different from this. Those are things where Fitzgerald see they will appeal for. But this one for the other 18 counts there, wherein a just for witness for sure, you've been able to sign this, now you've been selling and sign down, then it come out to whatever your money back where you go keep outside. But then they say they don't get proof of this. So, but how they were able to confiscate them from waiting the ACC man say, they say that we don't be alive, then get alliance with some of these bodies, like the FBI. There are another one we did UK now with a similar name. So then in case that one day they will help them for retrieve those money that they wouldn't keep. So that is what is actually going on. But you therefore say again at the beginning, was there a meaningful dialogue wherein then before on dialogue, for let them go try to see then there are all the apparatus they are there in place before that mandate will come. Because you they play Koni Naya, that mandate they play Koni Naya. So you see, you cannot tell where they play the Koni for let you go able for achieving goal. The ACC they try to find ways for letting them go achieve their goal because the aim is to prosecute. Because prosecute anybody or arrest them because that is what the new amendment law they wouldn't take. The Nigerian authority for do all kind of things. So these are the areas where you get for locally for let you go think say, are they going to try and draw a line? Or are they going to try for them go dialogue? But then don't assure say then the dialogue for them to get a state security who will able for say this process it go through. So we not know if not true say then they play games for them to go avoid something, or then they play on this thing where I say the letter of the law versus the spirit of the law. Yeah, so on that side, mommy want for take. And again, I just make anybody in this world, when God give you a talent, use the gift and the talent of if you daddy, you meet him, he do this, he tell you not do this, listen him. Do your gift who God give you. The gift where you go say you go first for do, it go turn bad. That is the only advice where I get for anybody who they pursue a higher cause. Thank you very much for giving me a platform. And let God continue for bless me. And I hope say this will run in a smooth way. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Usfred.
Yeah, God bless you. Thank you. Yeah.
ACC invite the former president. It not happen. If it happen today, it not happen. If it happen today, it not happen. I begin quote just now say. That big man we no respect. It left to you for end them. But so don't begin get to callers then. Make a call with this person. Yes, caller ID live on here. You name and who you call from, please.
Yes, good evening. This is Nancy. They call from US.
Yes, Nancy. You get 3 minutes, ma.
Thanks. Good evening, everybody. What we get for say no more today is, let me look at this one from not in the lens of party. Let me just look at him as a human being. We all know like corruption, but having the rights, everybody get rights, but then no use your rights for infringe into another man's rights as well. We know say then do something wrong. And we hope, as Koroma say, take 10 kill Ange, make you see in God. If you deal with cases like this, you get to take your time so that it will come out right. If Mr. Ex-President, former president, is guilty, believe me, the law will catch him. All I want to say is, we people them out there, wanna they go after this case here, so we not go. No do them in a spiteful way. Do them with a clear mind and clear conscience, knowing that they come for do this for represent the country, knowing that they do this for represent me people them, for actually get back waiting them people they are still, if they're still. Because you get for find somebody guilty first before you go waiting safe. So what do we see in all this? To me, it feels like they are looking for a trap. And the man, they see that. I think the man smart enough for see through. If you tell somebody, say, from the beginning, you tell somebody, say, okay, we the time with you, one you can, but on your way, we be say not when they in power, not when they in control of the people them anymore. Now you not the present government. Now you they in charge. If you want to put the control for them now you earn. So if you can't tell the way na the ex, we not get control anymore, we not to in at the present leader, you tell and say, on your way, coming for can Musa, if for can answer to this question. If anything happen or any of your supporters do something, then we they put you in a tight place, they will go arrest you and do this. Right there, the message we don't send is like they look for excuse for put them in a tight place or for disgrace them. In as much as they do wrong, the office. Lord, we know we as Sierra Leonean, as Africans, Lord, we learn for respect the office. If the individual do bad, yes, if you do disrespect to himself, that's fine. Disrespect him. But the office where that person they hold, Lord, we not ever cross that line for say, okay, let for drag them, then for do this. It no matter, even if na mother be, even if na the past presidents, they always be done pass before. Not ever agree as a patriot for let them drag you leader. Or let them disgrace them in a way the whole world they watch say, una disgrace una leader. We all know how that can end. And when a country do that, God they wipe the blessing from that country, from them people then they. A leader and also somebody where people then for really disgrace unless he puts himself now that way the way be say really. Now God no more and they disgrace that person there. So I think say we therefore be very careful. Let we not look at in a party way. Let we look at this man and let them judge them. If he do something, let them judge them in that way. If he lawyers them, then find all kind of way. Let them do all kind of way for let chaos not go up in that country there because that fire where then they blow. That smoke where then they blow. Let them not allow and let kill, let go far. Do ya with a beguna. If this man do something, let we find him. Let the law better. Each and every one of them, no matter if anybody guilty, let we catch him and get him what thing is supposed to do. But let we not do him in a way we say with a spite. It's wrong. We all go be there at each other's throats. It's not right. So do you I mean I don't know I get today. Let we be careful. We all know one. Do you?
Thank you very much, Nancy.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and who the call from, please.
This is Janet Mathamusa here. I'm calling from London.
You get 3 minutes.
I just want to say thank you so much. I just want to say to you, thank you, Nancy, for that last statement the way Nancy make. Nancy makes a legitimate concern for say whatever the situation be. Let this country not go downhill because it is from this background some of us have the concern. Because one thing when me want to say is that which I don't see so na Sierra Leone, and it's as if EBK has been found guilty already. And this is not the situation. This is not the case. There's a presumption of innocence. Now, Salomon changed into presumption of guilt. The man now guilty, whether the Nenkago court or not, is guilty, and this is damaging. And Tripoli, I listened to you conversation earlier. All the points that we raised about nobody's above the law. Of course, a gay right for this interview at the ACC place. There is something wrong with the arrangement itself. I don't know one part of the speakers and talk about the lack of protection. And that is a reasonable concern when the man raised lawyers and sit down and raise them. The idea that SAPP supporters are already in the ACC office and go pack day when they get no easy for day. Also, to me, it has the man get right to be for free for your own safety. Absolutely, they have no business to be out there. That is all to it. Another thing when we want for say, if the ACC boss they listen to this program, I am saying to the ACC boss, for God's sakes, let's look at other countries that have gone through. Let us go to as far as South Africa. Usai Zuma, the old Zuma for they charge out with too many offenses that we commit before he enter office and after where he don't come more office. So when they all are for different things there. But those things were done in a way we not attract, Zuma and supporters then for go take over the place or the state they threaten Zuma with this and that. To me, it's all like, somebody said something this evening to me, where it say, is it that we're not polished in Sierra Leone? Don't we have a standard? So when you ask yourself that question and legally speaking, you say to yourself, the ACC boss go take the political hat, put her one side and use put in legal hat on for address this issue. If you don't get evidence for this man, what's the essence of this prolonged interviewing? You don't make it clear before say they may not get evidence, they may not investigate this man. If you have all these pieces put together, charge this man to court. Let's get on with this situation like they did in South Africa. All this thing about interviewing him here, I don't know whether, I don't know what is the motive behind all this action. But to me, Nancy's last statement, everybody will listen to Nancy. She makes raise a legitimate concern on not burn this country to the ground. Because if you look at EBK supporters them, you get the SAPP supporters them. These are factions we want for reduce this country to the ashes. And we as innocent people and we're out here, and those in Sierra Leone who have no political affiliation, please make them use sense for handle the situation. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Janet. Yes, caller, you're live on here. Your name and who side call from, please.
Yeah, Binha is Ravina call from USA.
You get 3 minutes, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening. So Mayo, I agree with Dr. Aisatu Kake. Yesterday, I would talk about them, this peculiar and Bokundai. Why is Sierra Leone, when it comes to the poor people, then nobody to defend them. For me, I'm not sorry for no politician. We might have used in time, if it's the same thing, make them hula. This man, they don't get 3 options because he knows they can not do nothing, don't respect this man. The first time they schedule appointment for the man, it was postponed. Then Kafara said, they even blast him. The second time, they even agree. So we pick Taramakin, all man's waiting for the violence. That's in English or that city because they can not to you people. He talks, say, we all see the video we leak with the IG of police. He talks, says, okay. For them, everybody, I did talk to say, safe. Everybody is safe. Then for still maneuver, then can. That means just go to emotional, just take to the position. And they say it, make them deny. This third time again, it counts excuse. Okay, let's say them in the right channel. Let's say we want to talk to this morning where Radio Democracy inside with that girl 8 o'clock in the morning. When at 10 o'clock, the former president no for that condition there. Why would they make that like that? Not talk immediately for say because of this war there. I know they can until this morning where they go now. Then go say to me, then they say, what about the institution against Africa? But sometimes this no was considered commodity and age because of that. What about being Kalfala? Let's go in. But what about the institution within the future? And secondly, they talk for say this case is not between Ben Kalfala and the former. So me, what to say. Now all the suffering because of all the amenities here. As long as they do not take this case as if it is us against EBK. It's not EBK against Benka. What do Benka benefit? EBK lost the election. EBK win the election. Now lost. That's really as a loss because they will still pay Benka and other investigation. They don't pay thousands of dollars to those people who come on out of accounts and can. And even that girl with Koroma, the praise Nancy. I remember one day he called you, he talks say, Mother Bio, $18,000 just because they talk about the campaigns and just because Samora Kamara. But this one, when it is an investigation, for me right now, they are guilty until they are until the appeal turn them down. Before they are not guilty, before they were investigated. But as long as they don't get investigated, these are 3 law judges that come from outside the country. Even the Salomon are Creole, we don't have Creole man is very honest and strict. That part practice law for years. Then can investigate. After the Israelis are still say that by 1% say, no matter be on win. I don't understand this system as well for the 2 leaders and police at the same time. If Bana be yourself, this way is even better because now it can be accountable too. But that's one at a time. They don't invite this man 3 times. It refused for camp. We all see because Mr. This is alone. Let me see. Me not see no crowd and all. I don't know who side this Janet talk for say SAT supported. The place was so empty. When I even interview, the place was peaceful, was quiet. That man they live too, sir. Even after that interview, still kind of Freetown. He has a house in Freetown. If not, America has to they invite you. If we will claim to be as a president, the answer. So that example when they begin out South Africa, that's a good example because then they're nothing good for it. Now, the sitting president ain't no party in a power, but they didn't go out to misbehave. Look what happened in America, this Abacha man with their name Asalo. Not after we died, they can't find out, say, we don't can't teach Boku money in Nigeria, deprive them, they can't have an America also. So I don't understand why people they defend the chief man there, instead of letting defend the Peking, they wouldn't in the hospital, instead of letting defend, they would not get water, would not get road, would not get hospital, Peking, they don't have grown, Peking, they go to school. Then they go sell in a market. Instead, people are sitting here defending a billionaire who have lawyers. Me, as far as I am concerned, Ben Kalfa is representing we the people. Now we your money lost. The money they lost, then go say this person as suspect. I go defend the suspect. Let the suspect let go defend himself. Thank you very much. I feel them for arrest, sir. I support Dr. Isafuka.
All right, thank you very much, caller.
Like you said, I have right to my opinion. Thank you very much.
All right. Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and who side you call from, please?
There is no Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
Yes, Mike, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, right. Just bank a fella, I guess in the next night one flexing more super. You know, now the past administration, it reflects the more super. Where all them TFR go on, you know, it reflects the more super. Look, you know, me just want to tell the policeman then, as I will say, you know, if the people that come out for support Ernest, we not get no right for do any violence or anything to them people in there, you know. We as Sierra Leoneans will not tolerate that again. For long, I can't begin to create violence and kill innocent people in our country. Okay? The same thing happened with Lima. They get for go answer question in people in Falara. Nobody no get injured, nobody no get killed. So we not expect say we not go do anything to innocent people in our country if they choose for Fala and S for let them go interview her. Okay? And then they want to give to the policeman there. Let us get that one day straight. You know. But unless, you know, come let them interview you. That's it. You know, let them interview, let it stay over with. But the other thing again I want to say is this not to interview, they want to interview the man. This not arrest, they want to arrest the man. Because, you know, this all not just a tactics for let them find a way for arrest them. When I go arrest them once and off, and I don't know what I want. When I arrest them, let this stay over with. You know, all this drug. You know, no necessary thing that they bring to the country. Not just more chaos that they bring to the country. Not go arrest the man. I don't know what I want. Like I say, the man is innocent until proven guilty. Now, that is no more I get to understand. No, the man not guilty yet because they're not found and guilty yet. But when I wait for us, let them interview the man because no they rush into anything. You know, if the man say he gets security problem, when I provide the security, let I interview the man, let the thing over with. But it look like saying that ACC says now they want flex them also by the past administration. And I don't know what me want to say. When I left this chaos, man. I mean, I'm your contribution right now.
All right, thank you very much, Mike. Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and who side you call from, please?
Yeah, this is I want to call from undisclosed location.
I get you loud and clear, sir. You get 3 minutes.
Okay. So, quitting and CCR at the end, look like two parties are the one cause confusion for Bonda country. You then support Janet 100% what he say. Main point is, I've been going to bring them all along, that all the governments, them, past governments, them, are the same thing that they do. Nobody no do nothing about it. You know, in fact, when we try to make reference to the failures and then embezzlement, I can remember people then try to go against me, say, oh, this don't pass, don't forget about this, don't talk about this government. Well, I will talk about this government, you know. And at the final now, and people just dip and shifting position. Last week, they will condemn this present government. This week, and they condemn past government, you know. They're all not the same. They all get their failures. If you can't talk about past governments, but you want to condemn them because of embezzlement, that embezzlement, they fall within the same failure. They all fail. So let's move on, you know, in the interest of peace. Let's just turn a new plate, you know, because the way you look at it, it's a confusion. You're going to end up and you not be careful. What thing you see they talk about will eventually happen. Because we don't see why they go back, you know, they don't go back to nobody. Even after independence, people don't take to consider money for after independence. What's happening? Nothing. Why the emphasis now on this past government? You know, they're all not the same. If they don't match it to the previous one, then why don't they emphasize on this one? But the past, let's talk about the past. That's not so people can say it don't pass. But if it don't pass, it don't pass. Let's move on. Because when the government finish the new talk, the next government will come and the same thing they will start on them. And the same thing people then will begin our idea. They don't pass, no, they don't pass. No, move on. So let's just move on. That's my contribution.
Thank you very much, Ayo.
Yeah.
Yes, caller, I live on here. You name and say the call from, please.
Yeah, Triple A. Thank you very much, my brother. This now, Omar.
You have to give me minutes, sir.
Okay. Listen, first of all, let me make this clear. Anybody within our social media, we won't make anything, try for instigate or do anything. Let me tell you something. You a joke with yourself. You a joke with yourself because all the halala, the woman, the great halala, human right, United Nations, Holland, crap. They not care about we. White man not care about black man. Okay? How many presidents and we don't talk now Africa? We don't kill young people. Like Paul Biya, they kill it, almost declare the entire English-speaking side of Cameroon. 10 hours. Where they go to France, they go dining. So let nobody not even scared we but what they can salon. Nothing they can salon. Okay? Any young man, look what happened at Guinea just 3 weeks ago. The Ghana incident, they saw the rule. Show me what I go put a United Nations. So when they make that nonsense here, they instigate, let them go kidnap the street, let them kill them. You see the way people and care about we? When I really visit and care about we? Nonsense. Okay? Now we talk, this man, he smell like a dog, he walk like a dog, he look like a dog, he must be a dog. This man is a crook. What one are they tell me about? Now we just done less than 3 days ago. They talk about how people in the diner cottage. They talk about how things in the go bad. Now people like Koroma, Shaka Steven, Momo, and in the matter be always sit on it because he said we don't rule. Now they strangled that country the money. So why if now somebody one comes say, let them people and they pull the money, waiting wrong with that? People and they begin to talk about office. They're not in the office. So we're not doing office politics business. They're not in the office right now. In an ex-president. They're not in the office. We respect the office. They're not there. Okay? This man ain't the cause the chaos. If this man want let them go and they not turn up the road, he able to do them. All they need for do AYV, SLPC, or even 98.1. Let him go to let them invoice. Let's see how then they come. The man no one come. They don't give the man 3 chances. 3 chances. Don't know they talk about let them do the interview secretly. Why? Now we see where Bill Clinton may get problem with Monica Lewinsky, even though they're not can go in front of the court. What's kind of hide business this? We need to see and they happen at the country that we look up to, where the minister and the senator and the congressman and the get kids now they see them on TV, where they work at gonna court. Camera they almost hit their head. Why them for doing this by Koroma and hide? Why for be secret? Wouldn't I in? Not to Lord Ho. We're not left with that nonsense here, man. This man
I want only everybody get right with your opinion, Omar. You can go ahead. Yes, no, but the one way the way they express them. Yeah, but the way they express them.
I understand.
So
I understand. The way we say this thing, we say stuff when they talk, we get right to we own.
Definitely, but the way they address them, that's the delivery.
I'm not call anybody name. I'm not call anybody name. But this never stop. This man is guilty. He need for come. They can take what they accuse of. They're not find him guilty. So what is the result? Say they find him guilty. They're not find him guilty. They say they can answer to question. Now find guilty. Then they will not go law school. Will not sit down at law class. But at least we watch some Pepe Lord on TV. They're not find him guilty. They say can answer question. How they find him guilty when they say can answer question? We need for stop this. This man ain't they cause chaos. It cause chaos. How many more chances they go for Giam? They don't invite her, no come. They don't go meet him. He put Chocoban on them before the people them. Now when they say come back, he say, the security. Security will say. Security will say. Let them give you a break. When people in the dying in that country today, now them people let their hand. They're all. When they see hospital and we're not there nowhere, we'll not get water, we'll not get light. Then when they go after them, if now one day when I do matter be the same thing. When I do the same thing 2023, I go sit down and I say the same thing back about Marabio. But anybody who will account to their money, not to know the way name respect. Respect for the far away, then for punish them. If for can't give account. That's all. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Umar. Like I said, everybody get right to your own opinion. But your delivery, if you be wrong, I go call you out. Eh? So, now that one day I talk. I not stop Umar from your opinion, but I'm questioning the delivery. That's what I'm questioning. Yes, caller, you live on air. Your name and no side call from, please.
Oh, this is Sanu. We call from a while. How are you, pa?
I'm good. You get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah. Simply, let's start for saying this first. Let God bless Leone. Some of who they are, most of the other people who they are, I could say maybe they don't lost track. They don't want to go in the country again. And only this, don't say this, did this. My brother, let me just tell you, in my opinion, this the purpose of anti-corruption. Now for arrest Anes. Now for arrest them. That's only the attack 90 wants. Just to arrest them. Okay? From there, then we will go after the other people. I make the data all the way for arrest them. Down on the self, they don't sip and land the back. Like they do in the APC guys, they don't see that. Oh, and they want this strategy that they want. So the goodness, the man say getting lawyers. They get everything. They don't give all the people, they will let them represent them. Only go with this. What thing they do is say, Papa, na ima on a one interview. When they see what they happy with Donald Trump now, with his tax returns. What do they ask? What do they say? They say, want to talk to me, ask them. You know, there is a game. These two parties, there is a game. They don't play. There is a game. Like, what you know, man, the daddy talk, say, no chaos, no chaos. Believe me, AAA, in my opinion, these guys, na chaos, the one that I country today. Na chaos. If we get everything, we get evidence, everything, say, we don't get this money evidence, we are going to the court. Go to the court. The candidate to Anthony General don't talk, say, that will be the final one at the 24th of December, and I'm going to the final day of every other thing. We are going to demand a court.
Okay, I want all you under first. Go with now court. So what's wrong by ACC for interview him?
What's wrong by interview him?
Yes.
It's not wrong, but everybody gets you opinion. I want to go for the interview.
Exactly, but ACC is in charge, right?
If we get, okay, well, but if we get a legal representation, I say, okay, we want interview, we interview legal representation. Why would I say no?
Well, the thing is, not to you, not to the person, they determine how you want them, because not to in they in charge. Now, ACC they in charge. Now, ACC get a mandate for fulfill all of the government of Sierra Leone. So if ACC say we want for interview you, you're supposed to make yourself available.
I know, you're supposed to make, but there is no other way again for interview pass face to face. There is no other means of interview
that's
again.
what ACC want to do. Like I said.
Well, let me tell you, say, there is no interview, not no interview, it's an arrest they want. Like I don't know, say that they issue a warrant of arrest. Let them continue to do that now. If you're the best option and they want to, let them do it. That's the only thing. Interview, no interview, now arrest and want them. It's nice, now they don't say they go issue a warrant of arrest. Let it tell them to rest. That's what I think.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and the call from, please.
Yeah, my name is Alusandi. I'm calling the call from Juba, El Freetown.
Yes, Alusandi, you get 3 minutes. Waiting on your contribution, sir.
Thank you, sir. First of all, I want to thank all the speakers, and I don't listen like we need to try to say. But from the young point of view, you really see certain things we no one come up with as citizen of this country just because we get interest with certain people or certain political party. And I just want to send this to we the youth then. For see whatever will go on in this country. If you think come up bad now, we as youth, now we the suffer, we really come up. And if you think come up fine, now we get for enjoy because like now the politician will get, yes, not to we get life. But according to their age, then do bad now for we, then do good now for we. So let me embrace whatever thing we see in a goodness for the country. I just want to encourage both the APC and the SLPP. If ACC don't call the ex-president for go ask some few questions, I hope say let him try and do that. Go and answer calls with ACC don't say. Then still have to go ask them some questions. I hope that if you go for some questions, then go arrest and they there is the need where people have to come up and say, no, not to this purpose they call for. Now for answer certain questions. And the way some man they say, waiting don't pass, it don't pass. Then we turn to new page. Then we check how many years we up to now Sierra Leone try for turn to new page. If we didn't forget about the past, we're not able to continue. But if we give a stop to the past, that will make we able to continue and do something. We will help the country. Like we brothers and sisters, they're already out of Sierra Leone. Please, such a statement where they give out is not good for this country. Let me not take us because they're out of the country. They try for come with certain things that will go create chaos for the country when they're far away from we. And now, like Salon, the APC and the SLPP don't inject we, the youth, where we not see the right or not see the wrong. We go make say this I got right to protest or this I not got right to do. So please, we brothers and sisters, if at all we not get no help, we will begin on to the country. But let we not try for inject with the youth them for do something we not go tell well, and especially to with the youth them. Please, we don't see many things that would happen. A lot of life then we don't go. But we don't see non-panadate with the diaspora, we don't come say, this killing would happen. I can't for justice. Let me see the end point. All that would happen, now so in left. We cannot benefit out of that. So if we don't there, we didn't have a country as a youth, I believe it will be a lesson to we. Let me watch how many riots will happen, how many lives they don't go. We are so in left both. Then we will come. Another try for meet the family them, we don't lose them beginning. But now with the river quarter one and they say, if this they happen, we'll not agree. But then they out of the country. Like I can say, if they want to do a fight, can they come join us with we together? If they can't join us with we together, I hope so we will all do together. But you know they far away, you use them kind of word and we not go born good picking. We all we talk the interest of the country, not political party. Indeed, we know for say the APC and the SLPP don't do a lot in this country. Either bad or good. But if few people in the camp say they want to get a stop to that, I hope so let me give them a chance. The chance is that after them come on, the other person get for camp, they will get back the right for them. But if now they block them, not a way back for them, after they left power, then they give them excuses they are. Because now with the security they go on. But if we left them free will and do what they want to do, we not go allow them no more. They don't have hatred mind, certain thing there. So when the young come back, and the same thing will happen. I hope so if we take this step, as Sierra Leoneans, we all do them with one mind, with support. Wallahi, I believe certain things then will cut off and we will begin to see a light in the tunnel. Not for now. The ways along there now. I tell everybody for free say, not to 5 or 10 years, we expect everything will be okay. But if we start them now, I hope so that will help we. Then we able shape we and we picking over for born. Let no can time like how the country now. The Korean massive can talk no more. All the time now one thing with the area, we don't see no changes. So then we get it that please. I thank you. That this I want to say.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you, sir. Yeah. We can talk about the one the way they salon. This caller now from Sierra Leone. And you're waiting to express himself. Sometimes we're in the diaspora. Now we say they sell we to the one that they Sierra Leone, thinking they're not listening. They are. And this caller is from Sierra Leone. I hope we learn one or two things from what he say. Yes, caller, you do live on here. You name and side the call from, please.
I'm Koroma, the call from the United States.
You get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, quickly, me waiting on no more like the current regime. You no matter how poor, poorly they get for passport. At the end of the day, one big achievement for you, we forgot give them a compliment for this commission of inquiry. This document clearly shows, we politicians can, in order for each money, like Pascal and that. But one thing I see, most of the Sierra Leoneans, it just like some of the most money. We won't go heaven, but if this life will go heaven, I die. We won't die. One makes salon better. How salon for Gilly better? It's like some man for cry, some man for laugh. Just like J.J. Rollins, a lot of people in the talk were in good one. Some people they talk say, oh no, it didn't kill me, daddy. Oh no, it didn't capo everything. I mean, daddy, so many nation better. So man for cry, so man for laugh. This idea say, now unless the one arrest, unless don't make like the baby, this current regime don't buy and all kind of way. Then change the security now. If Baranta say, more security, now they insane security than what he wants. Not. I mean, like when the current regime replaces, some people even vex. Then apart from that, something become up again. When it is for kind of return, for kind of statement, then never come in. He decides to know. I know if I decide. But then of the day, just because the current regime want peace, they work as go and host. They go meet and they obtain the statement from them. But even the current issue at hand, this man, in the last and year for negotiate, the only one stage manage everything. At the end of the day, see the leaks audios and wake come out. When you listen to audios and they, we are really not going to say, don't see and make, that plan. Plus, this one may happen today, you not say, and then they apply the delay tactics. But one thing you see more, most of really Israelis, when the matter go the way, how we will make it go, when you talk to we just said to us. It don't happen with Paulo Conte in case. We begin like talk to Paulo, At the end of the day, the outcome of the case clearly shows the president will get no hands. Look at Mikhail Mansari. See the outcome of Inata. That shows others from above whatever. Good. They look like they are bloody in Leone. But when they distribute video yesterday, so they don't free matter. They don't free from the case. The one thing about treating these Ghanaians, then sometimes they make like say, it's like we're sorry for people then. Now, we no more, they talk and say each and everybody in your opinion matter. See, some people make comments saying, against the one unless as an individual. That would make, the supporters of and the APC go decide for vote for SLPP. So it's just an individual. And the question we need to ask, if people they block, say, let them not go investigate Anes, what is Mara Bio Komona Paratuma? The only thing we need to tell is Ghanaians, just like how Anes gets supporters, or he get people that really like and the same thing with Mara. And we all know, say, whatever APC do, when SLPP people then decide for them, then they go beyond those APC be stopped. Madam Miguel Fosse, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Koroma. Yes, caller, live on here. Your name and inside the call from, please.
People, first of all, thank you for giving me the platform. And what you want to talk is... Yeah, 3 minutes, sir. Thank you very much. This is simple. You are a former president. You set a president of the country. Let people know, see, you well serve the country, and you ready for be an abiding law citizen of the country. Now, this is the third time, from what I heard, they don't invite them. We petito the all the kind side. You understand? Although people don't talk to arrest them. No. It's not about arrest. Then get the respect for let it can solve issues. They want arrest them. Then they issue a court order. The issue they invite the court. They then deny them bail straight away. They go to Padema with the don't arrest them. That's the simple way done it. But this is about solving an issue. Why make we people we don't know say them people here, all the old politicians it's not about APC or SLPP or Mende or Tibini. It's about the politicians, the past and present governments that would be in the power, when they don't ruin the country, when they forgive an account of what they don't do in the country. Why make we support them? If you don't like, you understand it? You don't vote for politicians. You areas if you never make the school what they did. You never make the school what they did. They don't embezzle all the money in the country. Yet to the support they can go one baggage of 50,000. Truth is truth. If this guy don't do wrong, if you know that he don't do wrong, you appear. Why do you need a security for can answer to a call? Why do you need a security? If you don't say you don't do bad, you don't do anything, why do you need a security? Why? It's simple. If they support you, letter, come meet me here. You can simple. You can answer. You learn the guy. If you don't come, you say, look, I ain't gonna make it. I'm gonna send my lawyers. They can represent me. But if you don't issue, you don't say anything. You say they come, they don't show up. That's a blunt tax. What you want to do in the country? I mean, this it's not supposed to happen. You are a past president. You know the ins and out of the country. You know how the country is. You need for answer accordingly and let them solve this issue. This is a drag on. It keep dragging feet. Anything when they drag feet for long, it bring problem in the country. And a problem don't bring a division force don't begin to in the country because show up, don't show up business. So if me not be the ACC boss, I ain't gonna invite this guy anymore. I'll just go to the court, and then they're gonna issue a letter to this guy to appear in court. Then he go defend himself in court. Simple as that. Because this is the third time they don't send a letter for like come. They say security. That's not excuse. We're talking about our country. We're talking about giving an account of what you don't do in the country. We need transparency. Even the present government would do. That's what we for do them back. We need transparency. We need salon for go before. No more. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alaji. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. I'm so sorry.
You
are there at work and we get some All right, thank you. I just want for make us utilize me 3 minutes. But I don't listen. So many callers, then we don't call them, don't give them reactions to the topic for today. The call from the former president, where he sort of sidestep, as I must say, he not attend, and I really respond from all the friends and with they make contribution towards that behavior. What I want to tell all and sundry in my own way as a Sierra Leonean, I'm not a Guinean, I'm not Liberian, I'm Sierra Leonean, and therefore anybody Sierra Leone, just like we would say Sierra Leone life matter. Sierra Leone, anybody not a stranger in a Sierra Leone situation. Just like we say we as native people from all parts of some of them where you come out and say nobody not be a stranger in farm. Beef not get stranger in farmhouse or na rest farm sort of. I'm so sorry. I talk to somebody. Mrs. Park na South Korea. South Korea right now it run jail for misappropriation of funds, money laundering, and many other charges. That a woman it run that sentence. Where it not cost nobody nothing. It not cost anybody anything. No hue and cry, nothing. Are we Sierra Leoneans ready to really change Sierra Leone? No. We're not ready because we want to actually maintain this system of sacred cows. Somebody is more important, like in the animal farm. Some animals are important, but some animals are more important than others. So tomorrow the law will twist and favor another person. What's wrong for letting somebody just go? That idea of people and they speculate, then one go arrest and they one go arrest them. This is I don't need for too much labor over there. How you they speculate of what with the former president? Somebody holding a public office, accountable to public. So if it be a sacred cow, where now for go down, look at the behavior what happened. The very first invitation, the behavior was Monday. Now the former president was supposed to attend. Peacefully, the lawyers they asked for a small time. Not me to say, according to this Sierra Leonean, they're ready for go down with the team there where they go. So they buy time because nobody don't accomplish their plans. They buy time For that Monday, where the meeting for the take place, they said the lawyers they come and said let them give you small time, let them go up to Friday. When they come the Friday now, see what happen. See what happened. Some of us say we are aggrieved by the fair play when they between Sierra Leoneans. We are aggrieved by that. So please let people they're ready for change Sierra Leone to the better and not to the worse. Mrs. Park na South Africa. Now they run sentence. They're not ready. We don't know it. Say that they go arrest President Koroma. We don't know it. We are not told. They say question. I mean, they go for questioning. So then we sabi, and we want to say that happen. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes, caller, they live on your name and the call from, please.
It's not Ezekiel. I call from Oregon.
You get 3 minutes, sir.
Thank you so much, AAA. So admire the guy we call from Sierra Leone. He's so calm and he's so objective. We know one day that our country, we know one day run after an ex-president. So this is a new thing for we. So we get for take we time. We get for do meticulously in a way that way go cause problem. However, it look like say we don't pass that stage because I definitely like the idea within the president they try for do for fight corruption. However, I don't like the style of him going around and tell people them say we get for teach the top one then. When we put things them in judiciary process, then authority the need for stay away from that talk. And they see the mentions of South Korea, the US. There is no way Bill Clinton will go to that court if Secret Service not been don't comb the area everywhere for make sure say his security is assured. We don't get that system in place. Your security then at the hands of the man waiting in authority. There's no assurance of anything. Regardless of the corruption, obviously, we all abhor. But we get to be careful with a democratically elected ex-president. He gets support. He does 1, 2, 3 things where people in the state look at him, they say this was a good thing. Does that mean we're not for hold him accountable? Of course we have to. But when you begin to use the whole idea, you as the president, for say you will hold your ex, you make them a campaign promise, and when even the white paper come out, you go into some quarters and alarm the same thing. It incited the other side. Left the whole thing to the judiciary system, let it work on it. My question and confusion is, within be the commission of inquiry will be set, where they be set up. What is the difference with waiting the anti-corruption they go after now? I'm way confused about that. Because if then we spend a lot of money for set up that commission, then don't come up with a result. We not even exhaust that result yet, then we are mixing it up with a new thing. I'm confused. Even the one that wait and did it, we are supporters, they're confused too. Because the first one we will go after, we not even conclude them it. Then there is something else on the side and running after the same person. I'm confused. And the other thing again, everybody, now, place where they see things, you know things, you understand things. Now they go on. Then people and they wait and they not salute. Then they see things. Then they see what thing they happen. The law not they go after the one then right now wait and they commit other things then. Because that's all people in the field. When you wait in authority, start the example from your own house. Then the one that wait and then decide now then we they run after all over the place. They create problem. South Korea they say then don't get a judicial system where a different president not get no authority over them. Nobody not get authority over the judicial system. Now we don't get Ayanda.
When you want to change things, when you come right away, you run to it. You give me the opportunity today. Now that's what they run to. If you really want to set things in place, judiciary, you for washing hand from a few, you know, you know for there that you the able controller you as the president. You know go change things. Believe you me, not go change things. They talk about the way they can then go make sure say separation of power. Way that they come is you know they boom. You know they think about that sir. Because it want to continue for whole everybody ransom. All this jump for let we hold people accountable. Believe you me, that thing they is not set in place. Now problem. Now so no more. If we get for takes more money from our next, what you would get for take from us for that house there. So what? And then what next? Because now the daily thing where they go on a daily basis, nobody get no mechanism in place for stopper. What did they go on Wataki or on a daily basis? Where now the cash cow down there? Would that they run go there for settings in place? Then get all the system scatter all over the place. You know, it scatter all over the place. So me, I the appeal to the president and the people and when they in authority. We not one day run after ex-presidents. We then don't do something at the country. So when we want to do this, in as much as we want for set a president, we want for do them in a way we not go cause problem for we people and again for we all. So that's my contribution. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ezekiel.
Yes, sir.
Yes, caller, you're live on here. Your name and who side you call from, please.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You get 3 minutes.
Yeah, I'm very sorry today. This sleep dragged me, but pick up on and off. So now, what I'm going to take on this talk here, the former president, this man at the first noble president for Leone past, who at least will get high respect for they don't do what if don't do at least. Okay, in the world, any trip person, somebody don't invite you. More left salon or let's say in an office wants you get a question for you. Go there answer the question. Okay, simple thing. Once you don't see hand clean or commit any crime. People is talking here, something in a world on this country, they don't call you ask you now so you go answer. You come on cash it down. If they find you one thing, okay. Not find you one thing, okay. But President Koroma, he don't really try. He don't really show you don't show me say he hand the pan, put in the talk about. He hand not clean. Then you don't show say he corrupt. You don't show Salobure and the world. And so we need for change. This country will before. They need for stop corruption. Need for stop them. Yeah. If he no say, President Koroma no say hand clean, he not do bad. If we don't go there answer question, but you don't put when they count this face that they can, when they count this that they go. Yes. And then no talk see he get supported. No change one that they will not get supported. People they now the world when a president which the power so don't come on the power, when they induct them, who know what they South Korea, no see in South Africa, without people are the powerful pass and Koroma. They order that in a way not for answers. Whether that in a for people for the they talk. This is not a simple thing. There's no go for your questions. If you don't say you hand clean, you're not really bad, you don't do firework, let go answer to the questions then. A lot of people there, which kind of security protocols? They're not going for you and want nothing. Nobody no want time. Nobody no want time for nothing at all. If you just show them say you hand the pan what they accuse of they don't say you're guilty, they say accuse of so to ask you questions. Yeah, but this is not a big deal. There's no big deal in this. There's no big deal. And number two, I want to stop this habit here for talks this one people here. Now which one to be left and a lie. Now I get this to you always. I say we picking talk saying Papa they make family under. He believes in Papa's strength in pocket. He believes in strength in Papa's pocket. This government they fight corruption. Yes, they fight corruption. And this corruption will fight don't let them control before. And this corruption don't cripple that country. This corruption they don't carry this country go bail. Then this particular administration and this government, headed by President Bio, if President Bio don't guarantee safe within people they see, they don't go for do bad. They don't go say Lord do this. Because they say no say we go for command power. If we don't cancel, we safe tomorrow. They're not go for case we. They're not go for actually to my question. They're not good. They're not good put this commission. Now when they believe say we're not going to do bad, we're not going to do the same thing. So no set a commission for them to clean the country. Then believe yourself. President believe yourself, he believe in people at the back. If anybody knows he will do bad, okay? I let President believe in about for 50 years. Just an example. You know, say, if you come out, you can come out. I like you don't think you go come out. Then go ask her the way they carry go ask her. This go be an example for ask. This for day. If we corrupt free. You see, it's not nice. The last time I'm na Makeni, look what they do are too shameful. Me, I can't go na Makeni, I can talk with. We these are people they winners, AP supporters. Believe you me, to the God of the worship. They tell me say what you on the school, not nice. But go put a poro, so called this and that in the street. If I then they are guessing thing, then they are guessing thing, you know, good at all. The people they by support, the people they going to support people that against this. You know, good nice. It's because no one said they don't put in our pocket or going to buy envelope, you know, good at all. May this stop. President Bio, he knows what he do. He knows he believes himself. If not believe himself, when he say okay, go someone if everything, let us take law make sure. But now he knows he get the contract at heart. And the last time back, another important talk, Dr. Let God bless her. Yes. Dr. Let God bless her. He talk about today. When you go talk anaya, what is President Bio do for that country? Me I will talk. Me bring me that at last time we do, and I go for that. You are a military man, wear uniform. It takes power and that's what I would say. If you listen, it takes power and copy the hand. It not forget civilian. Not someone you do them. Not all man. Me the inside vehicle at the travel go na create. I talk with the Guinean soldier. He say una president, he say he be like a civilian. For take power, he say we do them. He say we Guinean, no they ever go down. Jamais. He say jamais no go down. For no take power, who give civilian. He say no, he do them. He should say get contract hat. That man get that contract hat for free. When they get translate work, if anybody near with the Hamburg, go the route and pull up. He go shout. So let President Bio do work. Let no follow nobody. Anti-corruption make the work. Anti-corruption do the work. Yes. So that means
thank you very much, PSG. Thank you. Okay. Yes, caller, the live on air. Your name and inside the call from, please.
Yes, this now Usman Masaya, the call from Maryland.
Usman, you can turn down your background small. Because I think you listen to nobody.
Yeah, like yes.
Yes.
Me don't take Paris problem. Yeah. This not the first time we see a party they try they go after the other party for corruption. You know, let them very be careful how they do them. Because I know they talk for Anes, but unless like when you come out, you go na salon. The whole of Freetown, you can sense unless na somebody them be like. People are like and so much, you understand. But right now, Mother Bio don't come, he say it defends corruption. He don't put the challenge. Meaning where himself come out there for checking safe. So I mean, like Mother Bio to and like win-win. Even if unless they make stubborn, so up to now, you know, go it. But if he Mother Bio just left and so, you know, saying self come out, nothing they not go do and back. But now Mother Bio say let them check them. I mean, let go. Let not afraid for go. We already the situating and the anti-corruption leader they do. Like the last time I watch on AYV. You know, you can say yes, he want to go maybe either arrest them or molest them right there for get punch. Because trust me, for the president in the work, now select them. They're not going to be fair at all. As you know, the watch and the man say, after you then check Anes, always Anes worth about $4 billion, that's $400,000 approximately. You understand? So tell me about what thing they doubt me. One tell me say unless they work less than $4,000 a month. But when they talk down, they put like a bunch of criminals in the rule the country like that, you know. So already like you don't convict her already. They say get 18 count charge. Then you go to the other side, they say even you go to parliament where you go against the constitution, something you're not supposed to do because now you don't have power, you do harm, then they set na corruption. Already, Mother Bio, he win with minority. Mother go impose, speak of the house. Then they already in a corruption, but the anti-corruption leader get my turn to Mother Bio, tomorrow then they pull on a seat. Already in a corruption also. You know, but when it begin to happen, I look at I just see something like the poor man. Now God they try for answer. Now we swear the whole they swear so because they all are the same people and thief man them. If they don't begin fed themselves so, don't just sit down and look. Now let's go. Whatever happened, they let go. You know, say themselves for them you come, then go try for do the same thing back. Trust me, the anti-corruption leader now Mother Gay they work for. SLPP. Yeah. So now that no more.
All right, thank you very much, Usman.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. Yes, caller, you're live on here. Your name and inside the call from, please. Yes, sir.
Yeah, my name is Alpha Jara. They call from Manchester.
Yes, Alpha from Manchester. You get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, to be honest, I just think, say, according to the police who have been listening, with the journalists they interview them, straightforward. If we wanna get somebody we for can report for crime where we think say you don't commit, we all the road to foresee the outcome, then for them put security in place till they reach na freetown. If the man say Ernest Koroma for one is supported them, maybe be from me the answer because anything can happen on the way. The only way they can do this thing, the SCC and the police that are for work as a team, till the man reach na freetown answer. If they don't begin threatening the man will take off it, and we know how Sierra Leone did. 95% of who they say is a low people no educate. If they misbehave now, and Escobar will be in trouble. So not for the case again for money laundering, they talk about or something else. You see, what do you mean things they for do, they then get one more chance, then put security in place from the house, they can't answer. If they arrest at that moment, they fine. Then they arrest them, they put security back to the man reach in place. But for let them go put warrant now, just not trust me. What you already try to avoid it happen because we know the people we win a saloon, right? Me think say the police, even the way the journalist lady made the interview, it rude towards the lady. It's very rude. When they ask you something, answer to what they ask you. But don't go say to what you said, and they say to the person your opinion. It's like you are above the law. If you implement law, go according to the law. The man don't say he feel like say not secure. I guess security reach na freetown. Anything we take it, they can answer. If you don't take about what you say, don't take it return. But it's like even the one they right now the government and that they campaign with. So they hold from the top one. Then it's like when they threaten the people, they will not handle it. They will handle it. What do they do there? We talk to we try to put peace in the country. We go according to the rules and regulations will govern each and every Sierra Leonean. Let them reach to the man and freetown safely. If they arrest and they like it out in lawyer, they want arrest and they arrest. No one above the law. Only them put things in place till the man reach. Because you know go tell me say that man go left from McKinney till reach that freetown, people not come out. It's not possible. People ain't go come out. But if they put everything in place, we go able to understand say Ernest Koroma don't can, you don't do what they do, you don't return safe, or Ernest Koroma don't can, they don't arrest. And that the police then for don't do, but the police very arrogant, the one with the journalist lady interview. It's very arrogant the way they talk to the lady. In they don't get training, they want train people. You know, sometimes we're facing the fact. We all know see when Lima go to court. We see somebody go lead on before you want to go. We need to talk about for SLP APC now. We're facing the fact. If you arrest take anything for the Sierra Leone and the returner, you know they're above the law. But let them get the respect he reach way before say they don't go say Ernest Koroma is supported and do this. The marking that they misbehave. Just take example for the generator and the police they cause all the problem with the happen in Salon because they're not election are not qualified. Now one side they serve APC can and serve APC, SLPP can and serve SLPP. By right to not forget police and the country because they're biased. Now they cause all the trouble going on in Salon right now. The Salon police there. Then they ask professional. Therefore don't give them a security to reach the interview. If they arrest and you know they're above the law. If they free, they're free. But the way they talk to the journalist is very rude. It's like me in the command, the journalist lady. I listen to the team because me I listen to the interview then before I can involve. The guy too rude. He's very rude. Arrogant police. Yeah, and that's.
Thank you very much, caller. Everybody get right to your opinion. Like I said, the delivery is not the problem. But this time your opinion. Nobody is above the law. Nobody not able to fight a government. Now this we need to understand. Nobody not above the law. Nobody not the way for able to fight a government. If this present administration, if the ACC want former President Koroma, they're going to get him. Whatever way, then go get her. So now this we know they understand. But the process now go lead to something we don't want in our country. But now Uda now the person where they try for create this thing where we all don't want for even call the name, we all don't want for make happen, Uda go create them. Because the government gets a role for play. And you will be don't serve you get a role for play. So no matter what people and they go and talk. The last time I said something here, people then begin to say, hey, Tripoli, it's the truth. 9 out of 10. The truth, 9. Because the last time I say, will always happen, Namakeni, even though we not condone police open firing and kill people them, Namakeni, but when they want to take the generator, then take her. Eh? That time when they go to Makeni, with all the so-called banners and everything, if they be want for go to former president in saying enter there, then go enter them. Like how many you the talk show now? If they want go inside there now, the government of Sierra Leone, then go get paperwork, go give them rights, then go enter there. How many people they don't kill unlawfully in Sierra Leone? Has any of the international community don't ever talk? Some of the things that they talk now are the basic. Who stay see where then self the team are being for fight for champions. You know, una give una people in here. No. So if you look and kill it, we are on our own. We don't know. What team make no more? Then go issue. Okay, wait. December they come. Now we've done the coronavirus safe. Now make them not on the update then travel website. I see December they can't just know. Go to the UK travel website. Go to the US travel website about the country, about Sierra Leone. You go see what in and go right about we. So we get we own mandate for able for keep we peace now we country. We get we mandate for keep we peace. And either former, either present, everybody for work towards keeping the peace in Sierra Leone. For Christ's sake, what's wrong if anti-corruption want for interview the former president? Anti-corruption, now a government parastatals, they set the rules. They say your name come up. They say they get documents them. I know people are saying, what to make the lawyers? No, not to the lawyers there. They need for talk to the former president, and the former president, they need for show and document. They say then get document them for show. Or then anti-corruption will go show the lawyers, then the lawyers, they make a copy, then go back in a McKinney, then go show them, then come back in a tongue. No. And we don't see former president, they go outside Sierra Leone, they champion peace, they observe other countries them. This one not go look good in resume. This particular one, if in the do I'm thinking to say, it is hot the SLPP. No, this not go look good in resume. On BBC, waiting at the first question where the journalist asked Umaru Fofana, he said, he appear this time around. What thing that one they mean to you? What they say, that man he can't today. They say no, he not come. You want to tell me, say, I understand the politics, I understand everything. But you want to tell me, say, former President Koroma not able to come on a Makeni. He can't fit on nobody no say, na in the inside a motoka they come. Eh? You want to tell me, Dandy? Say even the lawyers there, then get different motoka, then they able to go makini, then take her, then put her inside their own motoka, then drive can at home. Let us say it's a ploy on the SLPP side for say this and that and what's not. Then counter, he can't do whatever I get for do. If ACC is not the arrest, ACC will detain. ACC go say, okay, we not finish we investigation today, we get for continue back at another time. Or then say, okay, you know it's in, go back, come back, nobody know. But the media back was so news hungry that quick thing, we self don't go live, we all we self don't go live. They say yes, we want to see away they come, we want this, we want that. So what thing would they say? The former president gets protocols them. He knows how to come out from that McKinney house. And reach na ACC office without nobody no. He knows how to do that. He gets people him. He gets picking him motoka. There are so many other ways the women no go talk na ya, but he can do that if he wants to. So I make other people and they say it's just a try for use this. Yes, I understand. Say the way how the policing come out, go make himself say, but the way I wouldn't talk so, men no go set me up just no. Because if they go set me up, then run car, then just okay, wait, now we'll detain you first bar. Because you go up and down, now I make run cam. Now I make this and that. But when you look good, game they play now. Game they play. Let we talk the two. Game they play now, yeah. The ACC then you know the anti-corruption then you know game they play. Bo. We no more they watch. Now we are the spectators them. But one thing we know, make the rule of law act well. Make the rule of law act well on this matter. Because we can do everything we go on to now as a precedent. When this administration come on a power, when this administration come on a power, trust me, the same word them way we don't hear right now from the APC folks them. If a commission of inquiry is going to be set up, then self I like not to APC then a power, then self get for use then same words here. Because waiting do as we speak now, people are pointing on things them where they should say corruption look they boil inside the pot, the one pot. Corruption look they boil inside it. So now that the reason we make some people they say, oh, Tifman they run out of Tifman, oh, this they run out of this. But again, a precedent should be set. Yes, we not ever question in this manner a former president. So now make we need for get our rights. We need for get our rights. Because if we not get our rights now, if we be now make way people and they go and encroach and then new areas them. All man they carry build, and so they do na motor man, build, say mud slide come. Because as one person don't come, because na bad setting, na bad precedent, that's all man just to follow suit. So I make we need this for get a right. If we not get a right, when this administration done, nothing no go come out today. Nothing. If they say they want for ask and question, what thing are the who and cry about? Then I mean no able to understand though. Somebody they ask say if they kill her now, how many times former president don't go up and down that road today? How many times he don't go up and down at the road? If he wants to do it, trust me, he can do it. former president need for uphold the respect we then get for him. If a warrant of arrest is going to be issued for him, he go begin losing respect too. He go lose her. He go lost the respect. Because when they issue warrant of arrest for somebody, where he go, they know they left a move. So this one way they say come make you can answer, then therefore don't be simple. For don't be simple. But the problem here is party business so indulge in this issue that even people with even me where they talk now. I don't block in the last 10 minutes. I don't block two or three people them. Even though you get right to your opinion, I don't say respect other people them. Not cause people. Nobody wants war in Sierra Leone. You not be dead, right, for the past 10 years. Because I see people saying, war. One day they can salon again. War, they can't salon again. We know the aggressive. But if somebody need for answer question, he need for answer. And I make say, we na the diaspora na we. We read a caller from Sierra Leone. Then they do how cool then they. Na then they. But we hold in all 10 we go come this cook waiting for camp powder. The same thing. The lives of the people where you get there, you not get no fumble there. Even if you not get, please, we some of you get fumble in there. And now we can't see where we lack. Yeah? So if they call former president for question and NBC war for car, but again, now this administration, now the same thing they talk, now them. Because until you want to do, you know say you get the powers, go and do it. Go and do it. Janet Matamusa said the lawyers then can attend. No, they say they get documents where the man will get for go see. Now the lawyer they go see. If anti-corruption say na in they want see, why not for making self available? That's the point where me not get to. That's the point where I not get. We all no want any chaos in Sierra Leone. You don't get investment in salon. If you get, trust me, you know what? Insurance not did you. Insurance, you know the salon. Them broke your motorcar glass, them burn your house, them burn your motorcar, then kill your fumble, then do anything. Insurance not the way they pay you. It is left by you both for thing. So why do we want to wish ill for our country? All in the name of asking somebody to give an account. Why? Why we just envisage say, oh, this kind of a mountain go just roll? Why? I say, the day we former president one for Douan, it go just appear na ACC Jin. Then go ask Bakai pass. Then go ask Bakai pass. Then go ask. But again, now the way how I be don't talk here before. Say even the president, the week we take we begin go out say they do thank you to. What he begin tell them? We they go after that, they don't thief we money not so we go take all, we go conquer with money from them, we go do that's the thing. Now the thing that they make some people and they say, oh na premeditated, this one this and that. If you know say you want to do this, do one. If you know say you want to do this, do one. Not to where was that? AYV. Even in India, the corruption boss say, he gets the power for arrest. And nobody can stop that. He said that on AIV. And if we get laws then in Sierra Leone, why we not for respect the laws then? Eh? Okay. Make we agree, say, the former president, because of waiting and talk, and because waiting Gabriel Tommy say, how you understand I left to you? He said, because of waiting Gabriel Tommy talk and waiting the letter would then send to Ram, waiting the writing and making the free for Comonado. Let we agree on that. So inside that discussion, we then be getting at that room. They don't offer, say, then go transport and safely. Eh? They don't offer them. Say, okay, well, we go come, we go transport you safely. Or instead go decline because waiting do. Then self be offer, the lawyers then be offer, then cast them to ACC investigators. They will be and go interview the former president. Then self decline for enter the home to car. So you don't see why they tell you say this is a game now in the play now. Eh? So they want for show, they want the way be they call the last time. We say, well, may they make the interview, may they call them, may they someone and make it come. Now then someone I know can. Uma Ufofana don't tell we say the ACC boss go issue a warrant of arrest. Let me see what's next. But do ya? APC and SLPP. Some of we the supporters them of both party. We na party business now with DEPA. We'll get the coconut aid them with a big. No go rescue life, a big. Yeah? Your life, not worth sacrificing for a politician. I beg you. Yeah? Because these are the words where some of the people are knocking like. If you don't get nothing for do safe, go find water for your mama. If you don't one day do them, he go tell you back, say, me pikin, thank you. May God bless you. That blessing day, go carry you go far. Yeah? But ACC need for do their job. Former president need for answer question in a safe zone as a request them. But this drama what they do back and forth, we no want them. While the old man doing job, would I get for answer, make he answer. Would I get for doing work for ask question, make he ask question. Make we move on. Now then they no more. Now then they we want. Udenaya, now that they say for interview, I don't know, Seth. The bad timing they all. I really don't know. Because now within a parliament, they talk about national peace and national cohesion. Now then I are back again. When they talk about this one. Eh? All we want for our country are the best, but nobody needs scared we with war. Nobody. Think we don't come too far. Why should we want to go back? Nah. We'll be back tomorrow with parable and story time. We'll get time set for this. Whatever happened to myself, we'll there with parable. We'll go use and talk story. We'll go use and talk story. But one thing we for know, nobody is above the law. Nobody. When the last regime ready for pull some Sumana, would have stopped there? Would have be stopped there for pull some Sumana as vice president? They might want to go na the American American embassy. He run go the all. I still have the video, remember? Eh? Please, I beg you. Make them do their work. Make them, this drama all of them the cause in the country. We don't want her. We don't want her. We they big there. Do ya? Yeah? Now do now could have for answer question the answer any guy we na do una you for answer do you own. Let we go suffer. Yeah? Oh, nobody know they above the law. Nobody. Go there back tomorrow. We'll do parable and story time. We'll go use this talk story till we meet again. Triple say, tata.